Hello, everyone, and you join me live here at Martinsville Speedway, the short track of the South, here with this half-mile track. I am excited. It's the oldest racetrack on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, and thus on the CASCAR Cup Series schedule. Thank you once again to Shorter Plumbing for sponsoring our series here tonight, and we are here with the Jim Hallahan 100. That is going to be our race here for tonight, and brought to you by Tyler. And we're going to actually give him a chat real quick so he can tell us about why this race is all important to him and the real implications behind it, because it really does mean something for him and in turn for all of us, because we're a nice tight-knit community here in the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series. If you want to find out more about CASCAR, go ahead and join up to CASCAR.net, where you can find out more information on the Truck Series and eventually join up in the Cup Series. With that, let's go and bring up Tyler with us here to now. Tyler, so with the wood, they read me. I'm doing pretty good. Currently, you've set a pretty good qualifying time. How does that feel? There you go. Starting a little bit, in the middle of the field. It's a pretty decent place to be, and you'll be able to have a nice fast car tonight. I saw you're doing well in practice.
Surprised myself, and that's the fastest lap I've ever turned here. So, but if I can start in the inside line, I should be able to work my way through.
Good, good. Well, with that, I do have to ask you, what is this race about here tonight? The Jim Hallahan 100.
The Jim Hallahan 100. It's in memory of my grandfather, who he passed away on December 3rd of 2020. So actually, this Friday will be 1 year. We do this race every year, and just thanks to all the guys for putting some decals on their cars and everything. And it means a lot to me because my grandfather was pretty much my biggest hero in racing. So I just try to do the best for him.
Absolutely. You're the third generation of racer, are you not?
Yeah, I am. I am third generation. My dad raced and my grandfather raced. And well, also my dad, he had a sister. She actually passed away racing in 1984 up at Riverside Speedway. And this season, I actually finished third in points with my tribute car dedicated to my grandfather this summer. So that was pretty cool.
Hey, that's actually really awesome, man. Just being able to, put on a great show for everybody in real life as well as, here in the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series. You're one of the characters here in CASCAR, and I know everybody likes to, pick on you with the moose thing. How about you tell us a bit about that?
I just, I try to be the funny guy, and for some reason, I love the animal of the moose. It's Canadian, right? So, and I'm from Canada, so it just works in my favor.
Hey, it all works out in the end.
You got that right, buddy.
All right, well, I want to thank you very much for your time, Tyler. I do appreciate it. It's going to be an important race for you, and we're going to make sure we have our eyes on you here tonight.
Thank you.
The 88 of Tyler Hallahan with his orange hugger, number 88, as I said. Honestly, it's a great car to look at. We're going to make sure we get some nice views of that here as we're going to be rounding out our qualifying in just a little bit. It did start a little bit early for the stream here tonight, so it's good to see everybody. If you have any questions or things you want to say out in the chat, it'd be great to speak to y'all. Honestly, it's some of the fun we get to have. Actually, with that, let's go and bring up our current pole sitter, which is going to be Paul Ems. Paul, it's open the booth. Do you read me? Paul, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
There we go. Well, you're
Sorry
currently sitting on the pole here at Martinsville. How is it going for you?
Car feels really good. A little nervous. Got some pretty fast guys in here, so I don't know how long we'll hold on to it, but we're gonna give it a shot here.
Makes a lot of sense to me. You got Stephen Black right behind you, so I can definitely understand the nerves. But hey, it's awesome to be on the pole at Martinsville, especially because you're gonna have the choice of the bottom line at the start, which is very important.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely stick on the low side. I got Greg behind me. I know he won't get a little crazy and run into the back of me, so I trust him. So that's good. But I do want to give Tyler a big shout out. This race is for his grandfather, and he's a great guy. Brings a lot of laughs to the league, and I hope he does well tonight. I hope to see him out there up front.
All right. Well, thank you much for your time, Paul. I do appreciate it, and we'll probably stop in with you shortly.
Perfect. Thanks, Noah.
Number 28 of Paul Ems in the Valvoline Chevrolet. Ah, yes. I see that, Michael. 17th. 17 cars here, actually, tonight. Thanks for mentioning that. That's and everyone qualified, too. That's a miracle. But that's going to be a very busy field here in the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series. Keep an eye out to see how everybody is going to be handling that, as it means this racetrack is going to get crowded fast. Before we continue, though, I do want to give a thank you also to Sim Racer Hub, who does the points, courtesy of Sylvan, here for the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series. You can find out more information about that through our Discord, and I'll be working on getting a few links up on the website and such as well. They provide all the points from many different leagues, and we're hoping to become a featured league with them. So keep your eyes out. Also give a big thank you to Shorter Plumbing, who sponsors out from Wisconsin. Gotta appreciate their patronage and everything that they do for us, because I mean, they put on such a great series here, and it's been a joy to broadcast every single time. And I think that's what it's all about. So once again, thank you to them, and thank you to Pierce Graphics for giving us our fantastic overlay sets here for tonight. Well, here at the Jim Hallahan 100, we're wrapping up qualifying now. 5 seconds left to go in the session before we switch over, and we can run through your grid order. Once again, let me know if there's anything you want to say out in the chat. Be great to see y'all. And let's go and run through our grid. So, starting on pole position, as we talked to earlier, is going to be the 28 of Paul Ems with Stephen Black in his first start of the season alongside. Stephen has been a dominating force over in the Week Designs Truck Series. He's finally able to come back out, and maybe he's going to show us how it's done, as he was able to last season with the Cup Series. Starting in third is going to be Greg Snellgrove with Jeffrey Belk in the number 55 alongside. Row number 3 is going to go to Brian Fradian and Kyle Mundell. Row number 4 is going to go to Blake Hensley in the 31 and Brandon Fiedler in the 39. Row number 5 is going to go to Wes Gallo with the 86 and Michael Jennings alongside. Row number 6 is going to go to Sylvan Seguin and Cody Snyder. Row number 7 is going to be the 88 of Hallahan with Coluccio alongside. And then bringing up the rear of the field is going to be LaPierre, Carl, and Sparks. As I had said, it's a wonderful field of us tonight. 17 cars out on track here at this short track for the Jim Hallahan 100. Gotta appreciate, Tyler and what he does for all of us here, and we're glad to give his grandfather, his dues here for, bringing us Tyler and such a great, memories of, what it means to be a great race car driver, especially in a local, setting. With that, though, you can hear these fantastic V8s rumbling to life as we go around for our pace laps here on the iRacing.com service. Paul Ems and Stephen Black going to be leading us to the green flag next time around. One of the cars I think I should mention here tonight is going to be the 39 of Brandon Fiedler there. He's going to be running a Fork Loc Media Toyota Camry, and it's actually in celebration of the first win that Fork Loc Media had over at Martinsville. That was with the Tuesday Night Truck Series with Ryan Andrew behind the wheel. You can find the VOD for that over on YouTube or also here on twitch.tv/4cloak. It's that nice paint scheme there. With it, though, as we head down the backstretch, we're going to see the 28 of Ems holding up that bottom line. He's got his teammate behind him. He's got a lot of fast guys all around. Kyle Mundell there with the Movember, number 34. Kind of explains my face as well as his. So, we're in for a good night. With that, though, as we round turn number 4, it's going to be green flag drop in just a second. Wait for it. Green flag! And we're here live with the Jim Hallahan 100 at Martinsville. Paul Ems off to a fantastic start going into turn 1. He is gone. Able to watch that exit off of 2. He's got it under control. We see Black and Snellgrove side by side as they dive down into turn number 3. We're still green flag. That means, guys, these guys are holding it together real well as they leave 4, and caution is out. No, it is not. I don't know what my spotter was doing there, but we're looking great, actually. Fantastic. Here on the backstretch, we can see Ems really does have a dominating lead right now as we continue to run through the field. See what everybody is doing. Following along with Brandon Fiedler right now, you can see his teammate Wes Gallo and Kyle Mundell behind. There's Stephen Black in the number 98, able to hold on to that second position, and it looks like Snellgrove was not able to, as now Jeffrey Belk has gotten the 3rd position as he tries to hold off the 22 as they go into turn number 1. Teammate there of Belk there, number 81 of Brian Fradian, right there gave the bumper to the rear of Snellgrove, and the caution is flying here at Martinsville. That's a spin out of Snellgrove there, so think I can see the problem. Give us a second, we'll be right back and see just what happened. All right, I got you a caution here. Let's go and take a look and see just what happened here. Join live, we can see Fradian there on the bottom. Snellgrove trying to run that high lane above the concrete here at Martinsville. This guy has the right side torn up a bit. Comes down to see if he can change lanes, and because that banking change, looks like he just gets caught on the concrete. Spins it around. Brian avoids, mostly avoids. Bit of a clip there, but he's alright. I know Brian was shooting to get for a 0x this race, but looks like that is not going to be happening, unfortunately for him. Terrible place, though, to get caught, so it's not surprising that this brought out the yellow. Joining back in real time, you can see that he's heading down pit road. So some other people for damage as well. Paul M still has the lead, though. Been able to hold on to that. Mighty impressive drive he's had so far. Hopefully he can get another fantastic launch like he had, because that was the thing that really saved him. You know, Stephen Black, you know, as fast as he is still human as well. And if Paul can get himself a good launch, clearly he's got a great car here tonight so far. If he can keep it together, he might even get himself a win in this thing. Belk and Fradian, though, currently running 3rd and 4th. Fradian, as we saw, did get some collision there. You can see on the front left. However, he's been holding that car together, and I imagine he's going to keep staying out. I mean, tire fall off, you know, that was the big discussion that a lot of these guys had before, is what is that going to look like? Your first 2 laps, definitely you're going to go a lot faster on fresher tires. But after that, the fall off really is pretty consistent, and you'll have to pit in for quite a while. So it really just is a fuel run strategy, and a lot of these guys are going to stay out up until the yellow for the stage, that is, unless we have a really big caution fest, which I do doubt, in which that's going to change. Strategy calls here at Martinsville are going to be the thing to watch as we go around turns 1 and 2. Paul M's leading the field to the green once again. As you heard, Chad Canals, green flag. Paul M's off to another great start. I said he would do it. As he dives down to turn number 1. Belk also looking at a good start there on the bottom, able to get around. He's not, Stephen Black not able to pull a Brandon Houff there and just be somehow faster on the outside. Belk still there on the bottom. He's going to get the position. That is going to be Belk to 2nd place. Blake Hensley, teammate of Stephen Black there in the 31. Kellogg's machine very close behind his team boss there as they go through the front stretch turn. At 31, Kellogg's won Daytona here with the CASCAR 250. You can watch the replay of that over on YouTube. The channel is 4Click Media. Able to, get a big push from his boss, and he allowed him to win as he slides down to the bottom. Caution comes out again here at Martinsville. I haven't even got to see that one live. Go ahead and get a quick replay of that one more time. With a different perspective. All right. See the 31 there. Comes off of turn number 4. Looks like he gives it just a little bit too much gas. Starts to spin the tires. Tries to turn to correct it. Just not enough. Bit too late. Does his best. He does a really good job of keeping it down low to stay out of trouble. Just not enough, though. So he slides off to a halt. Brings out the yellow. So we've seen worse things. It's not unsurprising as he's going to be sent basically to the rear of the field, as Paul Ems is going to continue to stay out front. Jeffrey Belk right behind. Stephen Black and Brian Fradian not too far either. Like I said, a lot of these guys, if as long as they're not too badly damaged, are going to be staying out because the tire fall off just doesn't really matter enough. It's going to be a big strategy game. One thing I haven't talked about so far is Wes Gallo. He changed his number from the 9 to the 07. Say back to the 07. He ran 07 at Martinsville, ironically, last season. It was the start he did. And then switched it up to the 9. So it's good to see him back in his classic number. So you're going to be continuing on here in CASCAR. Tyler Hallahan, our man of the night there, running in 8th position in the 88 BTT Hugger machine. He's going to be in the contention for most popular driver at Scotia Speedway up in Nova Scotia. So good for him. Go ahead and give him a vote over at Tim Carey Motorsports or timscorner.ca. It's going to be a later sponsor of this series too, which is nice to see. But Tyler always wanted to do good at Martinsville, and I know that it means a lot to him to do it. Take a look at some of the other paint schemes we have in the field here. You can see 2 guys with the decals there. That's going to be Rob Carl in the 2 and Michael Jennings. Both have decals on the rear quarter. Tyler was able to provide us of his grandfather there. And Jennings was able to put Jim Hallahan up there on his name rail. With that, though, we are 2 wide once again here at Martinsville. Here with the Jim Hallahan 100. I want to thank Schroeder. Oh, they're checking up real bad there. The inside line. I want to thank you to Schroeder Plumbing for sponsoring our fantastic Cup Series. I certainly do appreciate it, and I know everyone else here does as well. It's provided us with some fantastic racing, and I can only imagine where it's going to be going next. And there it is. Green flag drops, and we are live here at Martinsville. Jeffrey Belk off to a fantastic start. That outside line is not going to, let the bottom get away with it quite as easily this time. Black able to get a pretty good start there on the bottom, as well as they leave turn number 2. Heading down the backstretch as they dive now into turn number 3. Stephen Black going to be guarding that bottom position. He has it as they're all bunched up as they round turn number 4. Jeffrey Belk slides back into 3rd position. That bottom lane is just a bit too dominant right now. I imagine a few laps in, it's going to start being balanced out a bit better in terms of speed for these guys. Paul M. still with the lead, though. Has led every single lap so far. He is not surrendering this lead easily. He's got a great car here tonight. He said it before, and I'm sure that he'll say it again when we bring up next time. That 28 Valvoline machine certainly knows what it's doing here at Martinsville, and that's going to be a great point tonight for Great White North. They certainly do need it, and I know Tyler would greatly appreciate it too if a teammate's able to get himself a win. Stephen Black, though, not going to be letting Paul get away easily. There in that 98 Tracy Hunter Fishing Chevrolet. One of the good tracks here in Martinsville is to get the driver perspectives and see how these guys are able to do it. We're going to hop on board with our Forklift Media car here. Jeffrey Belk. You can find some merchandise for him over on www.forklope.net. These guys have to hold their hard turn in. Smooth throttle application out. That's the biggest name in the game. Because if you can be smooth on the throttle but also fast, you're going to go. And it looks like Jeff, struggling a little bit for that there, but he's got this thing in the bag so far, and Paul, for sure, has the braking points down. That's one of the cool things about Martinsville, though, is that this track is just heavily braking dependent. This is not one where you can get to fool around at any time you want. Brian Fradian up into 4th position, still able to hold on to it. That is Brandon Fiedler has been able to make some moves there in the number 39, starting to catch up. And really keep with the leaders now. This is going to be your top 5. They're really close there, not letting anybody get away. Bit of a clip at the curb there from the 39. Kyle Mundell in the Movember Chevrolet. Also sticking with them so far. Leading up your next big group is going to be Wes Gallo as we see Tyler Hallahan on the bottom, trying to make some moves happen if possible, because Wes going to dive down the block. He doesn't. That's going to allow the 88 to stick on the bottom. Big run wide there out of the 07. Gets going to have to surrender the position to Rob Carl, too. Very close to almost taking out the 2 out as well. Tyler Hallahan moved himself up into 7th position there, the Hugger 88. Two duking it out for the position as well. Hallahan able to hold on to it pretty well as Rob is still sticking with him. Not going to let this happen easily. However, it looks like even though Rob, we've seen before, is a very dominant driver, he just doesn't have it here at Martinsville. Running a bit further back. Caution is out here at Martinsville Speedway. Paul Ems continues to lead. Go ahead and take a look and see what happened. All right, got your caution right here. Let's go and take a look and see just what happened here at Martinsville. Go ahead and join in. We follow along with Westcala off of the exit of 4. Too much of tire spin, and it clips the inside wall. Everybody able to race by, though, and nobody gets there, so they're going to be okay. Just got to get some damage repair on that '07 Camry, though. That is not going to go under easily. Going into the pit stop there. All right, let's go and join up back up with our leader, Paul Ems, here in the number 20. Let's go and bring him up as well. I want to see what his take so far is on this race. Paul, open the booth. Do you read me?
Gotcha, buddy.
So far, you've led every single lap of this race. How does that feel?
Feels very good. Car feels good. Middle of the corner, it's turning in very well. That might start to shade off here as the tires start to go, but it feels great right now.
I mean, what is your strategy for this race? I mean, that's going to be the biggest thing is once the tires start to wear, everyone starts to get a little bit more even closer in pace. And if you're able to manage your tires, you're going to be just that hair faster. But the fall off isn't huge. What's your plan?
I gotta be honest, my plan is to keep looking out the front window and not look back. I know Steven's gonna start to put on some pressure here, or at least I assume so. So I'm just not gonna focus on that. Keep trying to go the right way.
Makes a lot of sense to me. So far, you've been doing a fantastic job. You've been able to hold on to the car very well. It's very impressive. Those starts for you have been dominant.
Yeah, the starts are a little sketchy here. You tend to start in third gear because it's once the RPMs get to a certain level, it gets a little sketchy. So as long as you can manage that, as well as getting a nice drive off, you should be in good shape. So we'll try to do it again.
Makes a lot of sense to me. All right, we're going to be heading to 2 wide here. So who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight?
I'd like to thank the team. We put in a lot of practice. Greg's been influential in that. Again, big shout out to Tyler. I hope to see those guys up front here as soon as they can get here.
All right, thank you much for your time, Paul. I do appreciate it. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
Number 28 of Paul Ems as they go into turn number 3. About to go through 4 as well. To get off to another great start here with the CASCAR Short of Lemon Cup Series. Jim Hallahan 100, Stephen Black alongside, Jeffrey Belk there starting in 3rd, Freddie, and in 4th in green flag. M's off to an okay start this time. Black right there with him, not going to let him go easily. And Stephen slides a bit on the outside line there on the concrete, not quite able to put down the power, although they leave now, and Stephen Black was able to secure the lead. Maybe not, actually. I don't know. Depends on how Irison's going to judge that one. I know M's definitely had the lead at the line, but the timing line just might have given it to Black, might have given it to him. I don't know. We're definitely going to have to see. Just one moment, and we'll see what brought out our caution. All right, we got our caution here, the Jim Hallahan 100. Head into turn number 1. You can see Coluccio just does not get on the brakes. Clips LaPierre. Barely avoids Jennings there, who was able to stay off of the wall impressively. I mean, that is a driving there. Clips Sylvan, though. Looks like they're going to be okay otherwise. I think Jennings was able to hold on to that. Yeah, he was. Good for him, but that is definitely a clip of the wall there from Marc LaPierre. And an unfortunate spin out of a previous teammate, the 18 of Coluccio. I imagine he's not going to be too happy about that one. Well, as we go ahead and resume here in the CASCAR Short of Blooming Cup Series, Paul Ems was able to keep the lead. Did not give it to Steven, which is a little bit funny. Steven definitely did have the lead down the backstretch, but hey, Iverson just didn't give it to him. Lucky break there for Paul, though, so he's going to have to hold on to this thing if he wants to continue to perform well. Steve definitely has those starts down. So now it is going to be the waiting game to see who can get this war of attrition done. As we go into the sunset here in Virginia for the Martinsville Speedway. That will be rolling into the night here, which is going to be a fantastic sight to see. Gotta love the sunsets here on iRacing. Honestly, they just do such a great job of, like, looking great, put a great perspective on the track, some nice shadows. Although I do know that I'm definitely going to get some complaints out of these guys a bit later on, I'm sure, about the sun giving them some blindness out of probably turn number 1. But that the pace car is going to be off. Paul M's leading the field once again. Stephen Black alongside. Belk, Fradian behind. Fiedler, Mundell, 5th and 6. As they leave turn number 4, green flag. Ooh, bit of a slide there. Bit of wheel spin from Stephen Black. They're very even, though, on that start. Steven has that down. He is not going to let Paul get away with this. Heading down the backstretch they go. That's Black out to the lead for sure. He's got it under control. Ems has to hold it together now to see if he can get around by. Stephen Black was the winner last night in the Weeg Designs Truck Series, as they're almost 3 wide there in the back. Almost was able, I believe he lapped the field as well. That is for Steven. So he's going to try to do his best here tonight to probably do it again. Right now, the only person that can stop that appears to be Paul M. So he's going to have to put the pedal to the metal, hopefully, to slow him down. Not let this happen, especially before the stage. If Steve gets some positions before the stage, it is going to provide a lot of trouble for these guys trying to make some positions back up later on. Is coming back down from a lap down, especially at a track like Martinsville, can be quite difficult. The smooth exit off before he goes. He's got the speed for sure. A little bit further down in our field, we can see that Rob Carl has made some moves himself up into 6th position, able to get around Hensley and Mundell. Able to stick himself up there. Hallahan down into 9th. So Michael Jennings hoping to make some moves there as well in the 86. Greg Snellgrove, who was originally up front for this race, now running at the rear in 11th position, has to make a big comeback if he wants to be back in this thing. That 22 Wild Card Chevrolet has to be on the move. See Mundell there in the 34, also trying to keep his best to Blake Hensley, winner of the CASCAR 250 at Daytona. Haven't seen a whole ton of Blake, so it's good to see him back, though. As the yellow comes out, I believe that's Sparks. Yep, that is Sparks. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look and see what happened. All right, as we head back in, we can see the 42 here. Leaves turn number 4. Bit too fast on the throttle. Into the wall he goes. Unfortunately, I do believe he might have gone in the pits before, maybe even taken some damage. So, son tells me he's not going to be a big happy camper about this one. So, with that, we'll see how he comes out a bit later on. Hopefully, he can make a decent recovery. As that is unfortunate. You know, it's a sucky position to be in. For now, though, he does have a modified out on track. Well, let's go and bring up your leader, Stephen Black, into the booth and see how he's doing. Steve's open the booth. You read me.
I got you now. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. Currently, you're leading this race here at Martinsville with your number 98. How does that feel? I mean, it's been a while since we've seen you back here in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I was going to race last week. Wife wanted to spend some time together, but been working a lot and haven't had time to really race on Sundays. But feels good to be back and in the lead.
For sure, I can only imagine. I mean, I know yesterday you put on a dominant performance, so I'm told.
Yeah, we did all right. I love running the trucks, and I think I'm pretty good everywhere with the truck. But I don't know, the Cup car feels a lot different from the last time we drove it. I think there's a little bit of dirty air going on. It was really hard to get around or get up to Paul all those laps I was following him. So it's taking some getting used to.
Well, what's going to be your game plan going forward now that you've got the lead?
Stay up front now that I know I feel like the dirty air is a factor. So.
All right, well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight?
Whole Cyclone team coming out and showing up tonight. I know Sylvan's been carrying the team on his back pretty much all season, so shout out to him. We were working together some in practice to try to get him down into the 19s, and he ran a pretty good qualifying lap. And of course, Blake always quick. Just a pretty good performance overall by the guys.
All right. Thank you much for your time, Steven. I do appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was the wrong shot I just moved him into. Oops. There we go. All right. Stephen Black off to the lead once again. Paul M is going to be starting alongside on the outside position. Going to make that start a lot harder for him. We saw Paul, though. He was very fast. Definitely has a good grip of his car. Just got to make sure he puts it down correctly. Once again, great paint schemes we're able to see here tonight. Shouldn't even say tonight, always here in the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series. Absolutely got to love it. Got a lot of nice painters here. I know that Steve and Wes specifically like to put on a lot of good paints. So, we're going to see how that goes. Now, as we're going to be rounding turn number 4. Wait for it. And green flag here at Martinsville. Whoa, big slide there out of Stephen Black. Paul M's back out to the lead. Can he hold on to it? Is he going to move down in time? That is going to be the question. It looks like he does not. Stephen Black still has that bottom line. Almost 3 wide. No, they're 3 wide there back as they go now. Your leaders through 3 and 4. Something tells me this is going to start turning out like how the actual night Martinsville race did last season in NASCAR, where all of a sudden everybody was super aggressive out of nowhere. Pay no mind to the hack shirt I'm wearing, by the way. Brandon Fiedler up into 3rd position. Jeffrey Belk down into 4th. Number 39 definitely has a good grip on his car here tonight. We've seen him running up in the top 5 a lot of this race so far. Even if he's been up in 6th and stuff, he's been bubbling around there. Up into 3rd, though, he's got a good position. He's got teammates around him, except for in front, where he's got Paul Ems and Stephen Black to get around, where that is going to be the primary goal. All right, almost a quarter through this race. Be on lap number 50 very shortly. I want to give a big thank you to Shorter Plumbing over in Wisconsin for giving us a fantastic Cup Series to watch each and every single week, aside from our offers we take. But yeah, absolutely. Do have to give a huge shout out to them. Thank you. And hopefully we can continue to have such a great season as we see the 39, sponsored by Shorter Plumbing, dive down to the bottom. He's got the position. Paul Ems down into 4th. Belk back up into 3rd now. Sleeper returns 1 and 2. Now it's up to Brandon Fiedler to chase down Stephen Black and maybe get the position. Also got to thank a new guy for us. That is going to be Sim Racer Hub. You can check out some of their stuff through the link that's going to be on the website shortly. I'll get that up. Also check it out in the Discord as well. They do all the points for tons of leagues on iRacing, and now including the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series. So absolutely got to give it a big big hand. There we go. Gotta say the words. Big hand to Sim Racer Hub. As we see the 31 around, caution flies here at Martinsville. The Kellogg's, number 31 for Cyclone Racing around. This time off at 2. We'll go ahead and see just what happened here. Make sure it wasn't any foul play. Although I do doubt it. Smooth application of the throttle. It's very difficult, especially when the tires start to get a bit more worn. It's very common. Alright, well, we see off of the exit of 2, just as I predicted. Hair too much throttle. Sent the car around. Number 31 sent around. That is going to be a tough break, figuring as he already was before. He's got an even bigger gap to come back from now. We know that he's fast. We've seen him before. We're going to see it again. But he has to make a decent recovery and get himself out of this gutter that he's gotten himself into. See him rolling down pit road. Well, this is a lucky break there for the 39 of Brandon Fiedler, though. He no longer has to chase down Steven as much. He's going to be right there with him. He just has to stick with him now. As soon as they go green again, he's got a nice car with him here tonight. See his car looking pretty fresh. It looks like the 42 did have a faster pair. Good for you, Michael Sparks. He's going to get himself unlapped. However, Jeffrey Belk is going to be on the inside second row for this start, so maybe he's going to be the one to stick it to Steven. I mean, that is the thing. Steven is just fast. We know Stephen Black can get the job done. He's done it before. He won last season's championship despite missing races. Steve is definitely the guy to watch here tonight. With that, though, we know that his challengers are going to be, there. That is for sure. Nobody wants to, just give anybody a win. Bumping up in the top 5 is still Brian Fradian, though he's had a rough season so far, but right now he's got himself in a pretty good spot. Still got that damage from a while back, but he's looking pretty good in terms of pace, and I'm sure that he is excited just to get to the stage and maybe get some damage repair. I'm sure, however, after Nashville Super Speedway, he is not going to be taking a fast repair for that level of damage. So that's what happened last week. He took a fast repair for some damage that wasn't absolutely terrible, but it was slowing him down some. And then he got involved in a huge wreck later on, which just canceled him out of the race, giving him a DNF, which is unfortunate. Number 34, Kyle Mundell there with the Movember. Number 34, Camaro. A lot of the faces here in the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series are a bit torn up. When it comes to facial hair, we got a lot of us looking a bit scraggly as they're heading towards the end of November. It's a good thing to do. You can always check out their stuff to see, the kind of things that they support, cancer research and mental health. It's always very important. So, good cause there for Mundell. That's how Hallahan there with his BTT. Hugger, 88. Too wide, though, here at the Jim Hallahan 100 as the pace car is going to be pulling off as we run through your final 2 turns before heading to the green. Stephen Black leading us to the green flag as they round turn number 4. And green flag. Good start there out of the 39. Looks like Jeffrey Belk sleeping a little bit on the start as they dive down into turn number 1. They've got this thing under control. Stephen Black out to the lead. He's definitely got that commanding now. As we see Belk trying to wiggle his way into a good spot to be competitive. He just doesn't have the pace for it, though, as they all bunch up there going through 3 and 4. Very close to a collision there. 3 wide off of the exit of 4. It's going to be Michael Jennings up there, currently running in 8th position. A bit further up in the field, trying to get himself around these cars and out towards the absolute front. We've seen it sometimes before when Jennings is able to get this burst of speed. Makes a lot of changes. Ooh, collision there between the 4 and the 66. As they head down the front stretch now. Jennings there in the 86, trying his best. Yellow here again at Martinsville. The primary goal here tonight is to be a bit better than it was last season. Run more laps green flag than not. Okay, Chad. Thank you. You can stop now. Jesus. All right, we're going to make sure we fix that a little bit later on. That is some huge damage there out of the 07, though. West Gallo will go and take a look and see what happened here. I'm very curious. Coluccio was definitely involved in that one. Tough break. All right. Headed now, we can follow along with the 07. See Blake Hensley there. Previous caution, able to recover pretty well. Currently making his moves. So they come off of 4. It looks like West with his heavy damage just isn't able to keep the car straight. Doesn't hit the wall. Comes down. Oh, just kills Coluccio. And himself. Sends them both into the inside wall. The 18, heavily damaged from that. The Sports Fanatics Podcast Chevrolet. And the Equipment Geek Racing 07, both into the inside wall. Heavily damaged. Both are going to be suffering heavily from that one. That's going to be a fast repair gone for Coluccio if he hasn't taken it already. Same with Gallo. That is unfortunate as they collide again there. A bit of net code there. Not helping things either. Unfortunate, but it's accidents. They happen. Looks like they definitely did a fast repair there for the 07, and it looks like Patrick did not. Well, he did have to tow, so maybe just that. Unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. Stephen Black, though, up front. Once again. See how he's going to be taking this start. Thank you to Pierce Graphics for giving us our fantastic overlay sets that we get to see every single week. over here in the CASCAR Showdown Cup Series and the Tuesday Night Truck Series presented by NS Service, which you can watch once again this Tuesday. They're back, and they're going to be closing out their season in just a few races. 2 left, I believe. This week is going to be Richmond. You should go ahead and tune in at about 7:30 Eastern Time to get off to a fantastic race. Well, as we head down the backstretch, number 39, Brandon Fiedler is going to be on the outside, Stephen Black on the bottom, Paul M's back up in the 4th position. Finally, I know that he's been hoping to make a recovery, and he's finally there in a position to hopefully make one. He's got Fradian behind as they round turn number 4, and green flag. Great start there out of Black. I mean, just absolutely gone. He gapped everybody else. 55, though, got that braking point very well down there in that Camry as they tried their best to chase down Steven. Just look at the throttle control he has coming off the start, so you can see the speed difference it has. The Belk struggles a little bit during the mid-turn there of 3 and 4. Let's watch that here in 1 and 2. Under control now. 55, just that throttle control that Stephen Black has there. I believe he is running some pretty nice pedals, if I'm not mistaken, which does allow for some more control, a bit more fielding in the car, which allows you to get that just a bit faster. I know Belk's got a good setup too, though. He's definitely doing his best to chase him down. Brandon Fiedler chases behind. Rob Carl there in the 2, running in 4th position. He's got Paul M's behind. Great Lakes Esports is Rob Carl there, single car team, and the CASCAR Showdown Cup Series. He's got that nice Jim Hallahan decal on the rear quarter. Ryan Fradian currently falling through the field. Looks like he got a little bit more damage. He's now got the front side damage, and the caution is out again. Who was it this time? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Anyway. Oh, that's what happened. You can see Coluccio just spins himself out. Unfortunate. Toes back. Doesn't even. I think he tried to tow himself back before the yellow came out, but it was in vain. Unfortunate for Coluccio there. It's going to be sending him further down the order. Currently 6 laps down due to the towing and fast repair he had to take. So hopefully he'll be able to come back into it shortly. You hate to see it. But lap number 70 at 200 here at this half-mile short track. Like I said before, this track gets busy very quickly. You've been able to see that a lot on the starts, especially in the mid-pack. These guys just get all up on each other, and it gets tense. Let's see, if you have anybody you want brought up in the chat, let me know, as, we get to talk to some real interesting folks here. Let's see, who do we pick out of our list here tonight? Let's talk to Brandon Fiedler. Don't usually get to speak to him too often. Let's go bring him up on number 39. Brandon, just open the booth here, read me.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Currently running in 3rd position here with the Jim Hallahan 100. You've got yourself into a pretty good spot, and you've been able to, remain consistent throughout this race. How have you been able to do it?
Saving tires. I think I've done a pretty good job at doing that. Just being able to get in the corners without abusing them and keep able to run my the line I want. It's just been really nice. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense to me. You've been on a really big manhunt though, trying to stick out to the front. You're able to come up from about mid-pack, so it's good to see you out here.
Yeah. I'm a little upset, not really, or a little upset. Just what I mentioned this, Greg. We think Steve jumped that last restart, but it looks like it's more just a warning this time around. And if it happens again, it looks like something could happen with that. So, but yeah, happy to finally get the car up to the front of the field. I think I got a shot at winning this thing tonight.
Awesome, that's great to see. I'm sure that the sponsors over at Short Republic would definitely appreciate that too.
Oh, for sure.
How about you tell us a little bit about Short Republic, figuring as you're our main contact for that?
Yeah, so they're a plumbing company based out of southeastern Wisconsin. They do a lot of plumbing for residential or for show houses, so kind of stuff like that. So if you need any plumbing done, be sure to look them up. They're like I said, they do work in southeast Wisconsin.
Southeast Wisconsin. All right. Well, thank you much for your time, Brandon. I do appreciate it, and good luck here tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Number 39, a Brandon Fiedler there in the red. Well, second row, red Toyota Camry. Jim Hallahan 100, brought to you by Tyler for us here tonight. Celebration of his grandfather, almost a year since his passing, and we are gonna, be celebrating his pastime of racing, and we are gonna be doing it with a green flag drop there with Stephen Flagg, able to take a bit of a slow start. They're all definitely not trying to jump that one, that's for sure. As we see the 39 on the bottom. Jeffrey Belk, though, with the pace on the outside, he has the position, keeping Brandon down in third. We see Rob Carl. Is the outside line starting to become the thing it might be? Rob just doesn't have the pace, though, as we see Mundell running wide. Collision between the 39 and the 2. Breaking down the front stretch. 39 slams out into his teammate. Oh, man. Is this the, I think this is what we call the commentator's curse. I guess interview curse, too. Oof. Absolutely unfortunate for not only Brandon Fiedler, but Wes Gallo and Rob Carl and everyone that was involved. I mean, that has just sent them all, a bit further down the order. A lot of damage. You gotta hate it. Absolutely unfortunate. That's the kind of stuff that happens, though, these short tracks. It's not too uncommon to see, as we see Blake Hensley. Not entirely sure what he's doing. Stop there. Rob Carl can be going around. I stole his car or something. It's going to give a chance for some of these guys that we've seen a bit further down in the order that we know are fast, starting to make up some moves back up again, including that wild cards number 22 of Greg Snellgrove. Saw him up front earlier on, but a self-spin took him out. So hopefully he's going to be able to put himself back into a pretty competitive position shortly. One person that we have not seen up front here today that it currently is Michael Jennings in the 86 right now with the Checkered Leopard LLC Chevrolet Camaro. If I'm not mistaken, that is an official sponsor for him too. It's not something that he himself does. So that's some nice space for him that he was able to get. A lot of these guys out here, a lot of them are looking for actual sponsors. So if you're a sponsor out there, make sure you go ahead and give up some of these guys. If you see someone you like, give them a contact, and I'm sure that they would love to run your business on their car. I definitely didn't do that, which is why Jeffrey Belk definitely is not running a forklift scheme. 100% not. If you want to find out about more of my stuff, you can always check out the link you can see on the side of that car there, www.forkloak.net. Oh, it's 3 W's. It's 3, not 2. Stephen Black, though, continuing to lead this race ever since he was able to get it around Paul Ems. He's got this thing in the bag. Fast starts, fast turns, smooth throttle. Stephen Black has this down. So one thing I'm starting to notice, though, is that the Chevrolets really do have a distinct, hit or miss advantage here at this track. Steve Black we've seen very fast. Paul Ems as well. Jennings now up front. And Hallahan up into 6th position there. The 88 BTT Hugger machine. I know that he's glad to be out back up towards the front. Breaking the top 10. Almost about to break the top 5. Tyler Hallahan. Hopefully this start can get himself around. He is going to be on the outside. But if he can weasel himself into the right spot, he'll be up in the top 5, which would be a great finish for him and for Great White North Racing. I want to thank you to Sim Racer Hub for doing our points. Check out more about them on the website shortly, and also in the CASCAR iRacing League Discord server, which you can access through the website at www.cascar.net. Want to join in the fun here at CASCAR? Join in the We Designs Truck Series. Free to start. A lot of fun. Alright, as we round turns 3 and 4 now, we're going to be going green flag racing once again. Stephen Black leading us to the field. And green flag. They're waiting. Green flag. There we go. They're definitely waiting on that one. Jeffrey Belk off to a great start. As he moves down, he's got the lead, that number 55. 98 is Stephen Black, still behind though. He's going to be right there on the bottom. We know that Steve was talking before about the dirty air. You know, you don't think too much about the air at short tracks, but they definitely do exist. So keep an eye out for that. So we're going to see if he's able to, manipulate that, maybe get himself in a position to overtake once again. Paul Ems, though, he's got him right there in his sights. Can Paul have this be his comeback moment there with the number 28 Valvoline machine? We saw him leading several laps of this race earlier on. Not just because of cautions, though, because of his pure speed, too. So we'll be able to see what Paul is able to do as we see Michael Jennings still running up here in 4th position. He's got the speed, almost able to pull away there with that smooth throttle acceleration off of the turn from Brian Fradian. Greg Snellgrove also cutting through up the field, now up into 6th position. See some very close racing between your leaders here as we see that number 98 on the rear bumper of the 55 as the yellow comes out. Stage is going to be at lap 100. We'll see who comes out there. It might have been Sylvan that took himself out there. So let's go and take a rewind and see just what happened here at the Jim Hallahan 100. Some teammate drama, it appears to be unintentional, I am sure. These guys like to, race with each other real good. It's not as if, these guys, anyone usually intentionally takes anyone out. Silva comes up just a hair, net code right there. Hensley can do nothing about it. Cyclone Racer. Sylvan Seguin goes around, and the 31 of Blake Hensley, also Cyclone, involved. Unfortunate. That is going to put Sylvan into a unfortunate position starting from the further down once again, though a lot of these guys going in for tires, some looking to be for fuel as well. So we'll go and join in live and see what's going on. As I said, some of these guys in for tires, some for fuel, all in that strategy play. I think they're waiting until the stage hits when a lot of these leaders are going to be going in for something. And that's going to mess with their strategy. Keep our pit lane board up there. See what's going on as Jeffrey Belk is going to be leading this field to the green flag as he's going to be cruising to get himself some laps led. It's always the position you want to be in, is in the lead and doing well. So I'm sure that Belk is happy to be up there. He's got Black, though, right behind him. Is going to be starting alongside. Can he get that run on the outside lane? Black, I mean. We've been able to see it be done before. We think back most particularly to Tuesday Night Trucks here at Martinsville as well. We saw that, Brandon Houff, the last season, was able to just move around on the outside on a lot of these guys to secure himself the race win. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you have to watch out for, is that person that just knows exactly what to do for the track and can get himself around. That was what Brandon Houff was able to do with TNT presented by NS Service, but he's not here. It's Stephen Black instead. That's the guy to watch. We're going to see how he's going to be handling that. I believe one more time around for the pace car, and we'll be going green flag racing once again. You're joining us live for the Jim Hallahan 100, brought to you by Tyler Hallahan there for his grandfather. Sadly passed away about a year ago now. Just a few days will be the marking of his passing, but racing was one of the biggest things in his life, and it definitely influenced, Tyler's father and Tyler, who races now not only in iRacing but on real life. So we are happy to honor that memory here in the CASCAR Shorter Plumbing Cup Series by bringing you, the fans, Jim Hallahan 100. Well, with that, the iRacing.com pace car pulls off to go down pit road. We're going to be going green on lap 90 of 200. Michael Jennings is going to be there on the outside in the 86. He's got Greg Snellgrove there right behind him in green flag. Very even start out of your leaders as they dive down into turn number 1. That outside line looks like they have a pretty good braking point. However, Jeffrey Belk has the acceleration off of the turn. Can he hold on to it, though, as we still see Black alongside? Let's run through 3 and 4 now. It looks like Belk still there on the bottom, has that speed. Can he get the lap led as they cross the start finish line? Black gets it. Still on the bottom there for Jeffrey Bell. Collision between the two. 55 and the 98. 98 goes up high. Can't really recover from that collision too well, as that's going to allow Jeffrey Belk to slide away a lot easier. Some hard racing there that we're going to be seeing there. Bunching up there, we see in the middle of the turns. Whoa, Jennings trying to block. Can't really keep himself in a line. Takes out the front of the 22, but turns it into a modified Jennings. Heavy damage, pulls off and lets a lot of these guys go. He's just going to have to. Nothing he can do about it. 55 Jeffrey Bell continues to hold on to the lead as Stephen Black remains in second position. Paul Ems there in third. Currently a battle for sixth position, well, was sixth position between Brandon Fiedler and Greg Snellgrove, but it looks like Brandon was able to get himself by pretty easily after that heavy damage that Snellgrove has. Look at the front, it's just gone. It's a modified, I'm telling you. That is unfortunate for Greg there, who took himself out earlier on. He's got to be on a big recovery, but it's going to be hard to get there with some heavy damage. And that's provided he has a fast repair remaining. Stephen Black, though, closing distance between him and the 55 of Jeffrey Belk as we enter lap number 95 this time by. Heading through turns 3 and 4 there. That 55 clearly has some good speed down there, but Stephen Black, I think the pressure is getting to him a little bit, knowing he has a very fast car in front of him, but Stephen also knows he's fast too. Provides an interesting dynamic to think about. Hear that throttle acceleration off too. And the backfire there. Closing up that gap, like I said, to Belk. Looking to see if he can take a line, but he just isn't close enough to do it. Maybe looking to the outside. Ooh, almost a collision there into the rear of the 55. Off of turn 2, they go down the backstretch. It looks like Belk can't hold on to the lead much longer with Steven right there on his bumper. However, he still has it for now. Let's see what they're going to be able to do going forward. We know that bottom lane is just that bit faster, so we know that Steven is going to be trying to ride there as much as possible. The outside is not better for overtakes. As the sun continues to go down here at Martinsville, Virginia, we're in for a great race. Who can get the imaginary grandfather clock here tonight? Looks like the mid-turn is when Steven gains the most on Belk. He probably just has better tires and can handle that turn a bit better. Maybe a bit better of a braking point, too. Battle for fifth there between Fiedler and Fradian. Fiedler is going to get that one. And with lap 100 being completed, caution goes out for the stage. Jeffrey Belk going to be your stage winner here in the CASCAR Sugar Plumbing Cup Series. Congratulations to him. Stephen Black, they're going to be taking home second in the stage. Paul Ems in third, Rob Carl in fourth, and Brandon Fiedler gets fifth. Fiedler on a really good run so far this race after that unfortunate incident he had. Getting himself taken out a little bit earlier on. Fradian still has not taken a repair since he's got it earlier on, so I think something tells me that he is in for a decent strategy play going forward. As I said before, all of your leaders heading in now, and I think that might just be about everybody. Minus Kyle Mundell. Chooses to stay out. That's going to be putting him into a great spot. With that, though, let's go and bring up your stage winner. Oh, looks like Alright, apologies for that. Let's go and bring up stage winner, Jeffrey Belk. Jeff, so open the booth. They read me.
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
Well, you just got yourself a stage win and are going to be starting with a great spot here going forward. Are you excited?
Yeah. Well, it's a heck of a battle there with Greg or with Steve. I know I helped them there going to turn 1. Just locked up. Unfortunately, made contact, but we were both able to hold on to it.
For sure. We saw you his recovery. It was able to put him right there on your rear bumper as you guys cross the start-finish line. I mean, that is going to be a lot of pressure for you going forward. Do you think you can handle it?
I mean, Steve is a heck of a driver, so all we can do is just wait and see. But we've had a lot of history together, so I think I can handle them all around them.
For sure. But we know that you are a very, good driver out here. I believe you're currently leading the point standings here in the Shorter Building Cup Series.
It's either between me or Rob, but it's close.
That is for sure. I mean, this has been a very competitive season, though, between a lot of drivers so far, and it's turned out to be a great one so far. But so far, you've been on a bit of a better comeback streak for the last few races. Do you think you can finish out that way here tonight?
I think it's possible. I think we had a good finish here last season, and usually I'm decent at short tracks, so really all we're going to do is hope and see.
That makes a lot of sense to me. You got a great car here tonight, though. Clearly been able to hold on to it. A lot of speed behind that, and you got some good teammates to hopefully work with you. So, who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight?
Of course, as always, 4 O'Clock Media, the NASCAR Geek, Equipment Geek, all the guys back at Equipment Geek Racing, Sports Star, Helmet Stalker, you for broadcasting, of course, everyone out there for tuning in.
All right. Thank you much for your time, Jeff. I do appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Number 55 of Jeffrey Bilk going to be starting in second position alongside Rob Carl. Rob able to secure himself the lead off of pit strategy there. Something tells me this worked out just in his favor. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, as we run through turns 3 and 4, we're going to be going to the green flag. Greg Snellgrove going to be starting from 4th position on the outside. Steve Black 3rd on the in. And green flag. There it is. Looks like these guys are waiting just a hair longer than the spotter says. Belk off to a great start there. Even from the outside lane, he's going to be holding on to it pretty well. Can he get a smooth acceleration off? He can! That's Jeffrey Belk out to the lead. Rob Carl there still in second, though. Not going to be letting Steve take away this easily. Oh, and the 22's around. Oh, many drivers involved. Hallahan. Oh, goodness, that is a bad one. We're going to take a repeat of that and see just what happened there between the 22 and a lot of these guys. That is an unfortunate collision for many of them. And I know especially for Greg there, who has heavy damage. His fast repair's gone already. This is just turning out not to be his race so far. Well, with that, though, let's go and watch and see just what happened, and because I know that I'm certainly interested. As we head down the backstretch there, we can see the 22. Looks like he goes down. Brandon Fiedler dives down to the bottom, trying to maybe get it. Oh, just doesn't slow down fast enough. Turns him. 81 slams into the rear of the 39. 22 around, crashes into Hallahan, and involves Hensley, Snyder. Looks like Sparks is able to get around Jennings as well. Unfortunate, sending the 22 to the rear. Heavy damage for a lot of other guys, too, that are involved in that. Unfortunate. Gotta hate it, honestly. I mean, that's just the unfortunate, reality that comes with these events. And, well, hopefully they can get better going forward. Because I know that this is definitely not ideal. Well, Jeffrey Belk is going to be leading this race off of the green flag. He's going to have Rob Carl alongside and Stephen Black right behind him. Teammate, though, of Brandon Fiedler is going to be in 4th, and Paul Ems, who was leading this race earlier on, in 5th. Got a good field of cars up here in your top 5. Going to all make something interesting happen. A lot of guys just ready to go, honestly. That's, the big thing is just being ready to go. I know a lot of them are ready to it, and that's the thing. You just gotta, you just gotta go. Especially in a race like this where, there is a lot of pacing. It's a short track race. It happens. Everybody on the seat of their pants just itching at that throttle. Heavy damage for a lot of these guys, though. Thankfully, it's Martinsville, and damage doesn't usually mean too much. don't think anybody's got themselves a Kyle Larson parachute, though, to help them make the turns. So definitely going to have to see what they can do, as they're going to be 2 wide, about to go green this time around. Jeffrey Belk and Rob Carl leading your field to the green flag. Well, if there's one thing I can say, it's that the environment here is certainly better than what it was at the race we don't talk about. So we are going to be in an alright spot as we see the 55 and the 2. Rounding turns 3 and 4 here in the Jim Hallahan 100. Wait for it across the line. There they go. They're definitely waiting for that exact green flag drop. 39 looks to have some wheel spin issues there. Not going to be helping him on that outside lane as Belk just flies off of the exit of 2. I don't think Rob just has the tires to do it. Or is maybe trying to save a bit more so that he can't end up in a bad spot later on. He goes to block the number 39 as Ems is almost going to be able to get around. Not quite. Battle for the lead now between Jeffrey Belk and the number 98, Stephen Black. As the sun continues to go down here at Martinsville, we're going to be turning on the lights very shortly. I can already sense it. Be good to finish under the lights here at this historic racetrack. Half a mile, oldest track on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, thus making it the oldest on the CASCAR Cup Series schedule as well. Also an older scan on iRacing too. This is not a very recent scan, so it allows it to be older as well. You can still got the grass there. Got rid of that. I will say the dirty air is a bit better of a thing out of Steven than the I kid with him. The 750 horsepower memes and stuff we like to make. That's all fun and games. Belk still has this thing under control, though. He's definitely still out to the lead, not letting anybody by. Second group, though, is going to be led by Rob Carl. Paul Ems behind. You can see Paul there with his fresh car. See if he's going to be able to move it around the 2. That is going to be the difficult thing to do, though. It's Martinsville. It's thin. It's hard to drive. It's going to be a challenge. Brian Fratien, though, missing his front end, making him also a modified. Here tonight, you can see that. Unfortunate for that Victos number 81. I know that he wanted to get this race with 0x, but clearly that is not going to be the game plan here tonight. Unless he's waiting until the very, very, very end. He's going to be using his faster pair then. As you see, Ems was able to move himself around the 2 as well. And it looks like because of that, that has been a struggle there for Rob and lost position also to Brandon Fiedler. Top 5 now a bit unchanged as we cross the line. Jeffrey Belk still has the lead over Stephen Black. We'll be occasionally checking in on these 2 and see how they're doing. Up in the lead. Let's go and pop down and check out the rest of your field for right now. Currently, Tyler Hallahan leading Kyle Mundell there, currently running in 7th position. Still got that rear end damage there on the Hugger machine. Looks to be a decent run now we're going to start having. Once you get yourself into a position where there's not as many cars all together in the exact same spot, it's a bit better in terms of cautions. So we're going to see how long we're going to keep on with that until the commentator's curse kicks in. Blake Hensley currently running right now in 11th after a couple incidents. He's going to be trying to get himself back up into a competitive spot. Cody Snyder there in the 4. Also a modified. A lot of these guys. Hopefully the Sheriff of Sylvan doesn't get him too bad for running modifieds. High horsepower modifieds, I should say. See the 22 diving down there on the teammate of LaPierre. He's going to be able to get around, though. That is the question. He's not able to quite yet. Just lacking out on some speed. It looks like Mark, though, has currently got his car under control as he runs in 11th position. Medell leading Hallahan, though. Hallahan down into 8th. That 34 Movember Chevrolet definitely has some speed in it here tonight. I think he's trying to remain competitive. We've seen Medell before. It's a heartbreak story time and time again when it comes to the lead. He just is never able to secure himself that victory lane position. He's been waiting for it all last season and now this season too. He'll get there eventually. Martinsville appears not to be his track here tonight. But hey, running him in a top 10 spot. Competitive car, staying clean. What more can you ask for? Brandon Fiedler continues to lead of Paul Ems and Rob Carl behind, though, in that number 39. Actually, he's going to be hoping to get himself into a, hopefully, podium position here tonight. He said he had a chance. He felt like he had a chance to maybe win it. So if there's another yellow, he might be in a competitive spot just to do it. See your leaders there going by as well. Jeffrey Bell continues to lead, getting those laps led in front. Clean air out in front of him. See on the left-hand side of your screen, though, that currently the car on track in last, Michael Sparks, there is currently 14 seconds back, roughly, from the leader. Lap times looking to be around 19.5 seconds, out of your leaders at least. Approaching the 20s for some of the other guys in the field. So keep that in mind in terms of the gap between these guys. That is going to be when the laps start to come down. Is when the last place guys are looking around 19 seconds. Greg Snowgrove way further back as well after his unfortunate incidents earlier on and just inability to get back up through the field, running a modified in 11th position. The lights are on here in Martinsville as Wes Gallo, also after some heavy damage here tonight, having to take a fast repair earlier on, still got damage later on. There in the 07, runs in 9th. Someone we unfortunately don't get to speak to too much there is Michael Sparks in the 42, currently running in 15th position, ahead of Seguin and Coluccio. Coluccio have been in the pits now for a majority of this race. 42, it's definitely a paint scheme. That's a, yeah. He's got a nice decal, though, right big and center on the hood, though. Able to put that together for Tyler here tonight, which is good. Continue to run down. Well, as I said before, those times were going to be ticking down between the leaders and last, and now it is going to be time for Cyclone driver Sylvan Seguin to potentially block the 55 of Belk and give the lead over to team boss of Stephen Black. It's going to be that's going to be the thing we have to watch now, is what's going to happen. As they approach him, Jeff looks down to the bottom. Sylvan's going to let them both go. And Napa Auto Parts number 66 just lets him slide. Whoa, big wheel spin there out of Stephen Black, though, off of the exit at 2. That is not going to be helping his gap between himself and the leader, Jeffrey Belk. He's got that time to chase down again, though. He said that dirty air is a factor, and we can see that now. Although he's been able to stick right there behind 55. Thank you for the first time chat, Sparky the Fire Dog. Sparks is running the Canada scheme. Yeah, that he is. That he is. We'll go ahead and pop down over with him once again there. The Sarrier Tim Hortons Canada scheme. You're right. Every week we've seen it so far. I think minus Daytona. So it's just something a little bit funny to look at. It's a great paint scheme, though. Gotta love it. The memes are always great. Slamming the wall for him, though. Whoa, as they go into turn number 1. This is currently a hot spot for issues, it appears. As we see Belk there on the bottom of LaPierre. Oh, boy. Some bad blood between those two, I know, does exist. As Mark almost takes out Stephen Black. As they go now leaving 4. Brandon Fiedler getting around to also put himself into a better spot. That has allowed Black to close up the gap between himself and the leader, however, which is going to make this race that much more interesting. Sparks letting him by. Let's see. Next driver is Blake Hensley. About 15 seconds in front, so we're definitely going to have some clean air time. Bit of a struggle once again off of 2 for Stephen Black there when it comes to throttle. I wonder if he's really trying to save his tires a lot more. It is certainly possible. Wouldn't be surprised. Nice long green flag run we've had, though, so far. Great to see. Gotta love it. Though it sometimes doesn't provide too much to talk about. A bit further back, we can see Brian Fratien there doing his best to get around Sylvan Seguin, although it's going to take a little bit of time due to the heavy damage he has. Currently running in 6th place. Paul Ems there, currently running in 4th. Nice top 5 finish for him is on the books. if he can complete these laps and stay up front. He's got Rob Carl behind, though, but he's been able to give him some pretty good gap. Looks like this is definitely not Rob's race so far here tonight, there in that 2. Imagine we'll probably see soon, though, Rob coming back to give us another dominant performance like we believe we saw over at Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. Where he led just about every single lap. Gotta love it out of some of these guys. They're just super competitive and very fast. But not every race is their own, which makes the league that much more interesting, is when they're not... Whoa! Very closing up the gap there for Brian Fradian, looking to see if he can get himself up into the top 5 as they dive down. To turn number 1, Fradian's got the bottom on the 2. He gets the collision between the 2, sending Rob out there, putting Fradian up into 5th, moving Carl down into 7th, Mundell up into 6th. I think Brian is definitely looking to be a very aggressive driver right now as he's putting the rear bumper of Lapierre right in his sights, though he can't get the position as Rob is going to get that back, and that's going to put Kyle Mundell up into the top 5. Rob shoots by Mark, though, for the position. Not for the position. To get the lap car out of the way. It looks like Mark has a very interesting line through that turn to get out of the way. As Brian Fredian runs still in 7th. He's got some time to chase down. He got to get around Michael Sparks as well. Collision between Sparks and Carl. They're able to survive that. So they head into turns 3 and 4. Fradian trying to get the position. He's got it. Back out into 6 he goes. They go across the line. It's going to be a tight battle. You can see that speed that the 2 has because he's not damaged with the 81, but it's just that turning that he has to work on. Greg Snellgrove back up into the top 10. Getting around Cody Snyder as we see Blake Hensley there as well. The leaders won't be too much further behind him. Yeah. Leaders are chasing down Hensley and Jennings. See Jeffrey Buck starting to come into view right there, as the gap between himself and Stephen Black remains relatively the same. We've seen that ever since they have been battling for position, which is great to see. 55 and Belk looking to the inside of Snyder. Fellow Equipment Geek driver is going to make sure he gets by nice and smooth, no drama there. Gets in front of his other teammate, though, of Brandon Fiedler. Just looks like unfortunate timing for him. Let's head down now. It's now up to Jeffrey Bilk to get himself around Michael Jennings there in the 86, who was running in 4th a while back. Shows the difference that you're able to get within just those few short laps. Let's go and watch from the inside view of Jeffrey Bilk. See what's going on from his perspective. Hear that throttle off of the exit of 2. Here once again on 4. It's all about getting that exact right braking point and acceleration point here at Martinsville. That is the tricky thing to get down, but once you get it down, you absolutely can hammer it. And it gives you a lot of speed. We're seeing that here out of 55 as he's able to catch up to these lap cars right there. He's got his pseudo teammate of Wes Gallo up there as well, and the very easy to notice Volt Green. Looking to the inside, he goes 31 around out there. Jennings comes back down to block. Not going to let them get by easily. All right. Had a pretty good green flag run there. Great to see. Jeffrey Bill continues to lead. And Stephen Black goes into the pits off of that one. We're looking for some fresh tires and some fuel to make it to the end. All right, who do we bring up now? Chat, if there's someone you want to be brought up into the booth, please let me know. I would love to bring up just about anybody. Makes things different and interesting, and you know, it's great it is to bring up the leaders a lot. Sometimes it's good to just change things up. So a lot of these guys rolling into their pit stalls. Jennings back up into the top 10. Yep, and you can see the 4 tires that Steve is going to be taking. Yep, there it is. good to see a little damage on some of these guys that have been running out front. Makes that a little bit better for him. Steve's now going to have a bit of a faster car, but he has traffic to work himself through as well. See how that plays out for him, especially as he's got equipment geek traffic in front of him. Well, with that though, let's go ahead and bring up Paul. Talked to him earlier on in this race, but it's been a while. Let's see how he's doing. Paul, something about the area, me.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Currently running in second position. You've had quite the race after you lost the lead earlier on.
Yeah. I'm glad we're able to stick up front here. Managed to stay out of a lot of trouble back there. I don't know what's going on with those guys, but it's a little bit of a mess, eh?
Yeah, it definitely has been. Just trying to, keep the car going straight. It's a lot of throttle control, but so far your 28 team has been doing a great job of keeping it together.
Yeah, car still feels good. I made a decision to come down pit road here. I might regret that, but had to take a chance. I needed some tires. Car's starting to push a little bit, so let's see if that'll help and give it all we got here.
Here's a decent question. What's the fuel situation looking like?
People can make it by the looks of things with these cautions. People can make the whole 100 laps, so there might be some guys out there that are doing that. So watch for that.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Still, you've had a great run here tonight as you're in there in your primary pit stall, which is great to see as you're able to get that pole position that you're on. Who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight?
I gotta be honest, I gotta thank the EG guys. They've been racing really clean. Brandon, Brian, and them. Always fun racing those guys, keeping everybody fast. So other than that, we'll see what we got here. Not much left.
You're right. Well, thank you much for your time, Paul. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Thanks a lot, Noah. Enjoy.
Number 28 of Paul Ems in the Valvoline Chevrolet. Always good to bring up some of these guys. Gotta love it. As it looks like your field has clearly been shifted up. Whoa, very close between Paul and the Sparks there. Brian Fradian is going to be having the lead on this start with Stephen Black alongside. It looks like your field has changed up a lot. It looks like Steve had the right idea hitting what he did. As Brian Fradian is going to be the one to watch as he's got the lead in front of Stephen Black. Steve obviously with fresher tires as they round turn number 4. And you heard the spotter, green flag, and there goes Stephen Black. Goodbye. Those fresh tires just send him absolutely gone. Tyler Hallahan currently running in third position on the outside. He's got to stay ahead of Mundell though. You can see that he took that faster pair. He's got a fresher car. Go down now. Looks like Greg Snowgrove also had a faster pair. Just absolutely, he's been saving. Long green flag run. They waited to use them, and it appears to really work out in their favor. See Rob Carl there on the bottom for Hallahan. Not going to be letting him in easily. 39 of Brandon Fiedler also in a similar position. They'll fly into turn 1. Very close between a lot of these guys. 39 on the bottom, cutting through the field. Hallahan falling like a rock through the field, unfortunately. Mundell out into second position, though, as he gets around Brian Fradian. He's got to chase down Stephen Black. That is now going to be the goal of Fiedler, Carl, Belk, and just about everybody else that can muster the speed. Is how fast can go is they're 3 wide. They're leaving turn number 4. Brandon Fiedler now up into third position. Rob Carl in fourth. Belk on the bottom. Able to secure that 4th place position as they have to chase down the 2-second gap between themselves and Stephen Black. A caution is the one thing Stephen does not want. He's got a 2-second gap between himself and Mundell. That's going to be the difference between a win and a loss for the 98 team. So that 34 Movember Chevrolet goes down into the turn. We see the 39 of Brandon Fiedler looking to get by if possible here at the Jim Hallahan 100. Thank you once again to Sim Racer Hub for giving us our points for the season. Gotta love it. It's a nice service that a lot of leagues use for a very good reason, as they have a fantastic service that allows you to keep track of points with a lot of flexibility very easily. Thank you also to Pierce Graphics for giving us our fantastic overlays that we get to see each week, and to Shorter Plumbing, who gives us a fantastic Cup Series to watch each and every week. Very close between the 34 and the 55, though. As we saw, that could have ended very badly. Able to hold it together, though, and yellow comes out. Michael Sparks is supposedly the victim of this one. Loses it off of 4. Able to hold it together. I'm surprised that they threw the yellow for that. Oh, that'd be why. Okay. Almost had it. Unfortunate. He backs up out of the way, though. Nice and respectful and courteous to make sure nobody damages him. Or he doesn't damage anybody, I should say. That's going to be the recovery they have to make now. And now that has closed up the gap, allowing Stephen Black, even though he's in the lead, he has Brandon Fiedler, Kyle Mundell, and Jeffrey Belk all right on his tail. Tyler Hallahan back up into the top 5. Let's go and interview Hallahan, see how he's doing here tonight. Tyler, so the there you man.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You got yourself back up into the top 5 with your BTT hugger machine.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a pretty hectic race. Cutting a wreck with Greg there. Just, know where to go. Hit him right on the driver's door. I was pretty much looking right at his face.
Oh, goodness. I mean, you've had quite the race, though. I mean, you've been all over this entire field.
Oh, yeah, I've been close to the back, middle, and now up to the front. I'm just, I had to go use my fast repair that last caution because my front end damage just was hurting my drive off. So now I'm just full send mode and see what we can get.
Well, what is your strategy going to be looking like for the rest of this race? There's not too much left to go.
I'm probably just going to stay out for the rest of it if I don't get into anything and hope for the best. See if I can get this hugger machine up in the top 3 or even better, even a win.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense to me. You've got a lot of pace in that car if you're going to be able to extract it. It's definitely been a good one for the Camaros so far tonight.
Oh, you got that right, buddy.
All right, well, who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight?
All my teammates and Greg for all the coaching. He coaches me down here in his basement, so it helps me out a lot. Makes me get faster, and just all the drivers for showing up and everyone for watching. Hope they've enjoyed the race besides all the cautions.
It definitely has been a good one to watch, so I am definitely sure of that. Well, thank you very much for your time, Tyler. I do appreciate that, and we'll probably speak to you a bit later.
Thank you, buddy.
Number 88 at Tyler Hallahan in the BTT hugger machine. Tribute car for his grandfather there. Bright orange. It's a good notion. Good that we get to see that, and then we have this special race with us here tonight, the Jim Hallahan 100. It's the special events like these that make CASCAR special and really something to watch. So I want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in tonight so far. It's been greatly appreciated, keeping not only me company, but giving these drivers the good amount of airtime that they deserve. Based on the driver patterns, I'm going to be assuming that this time by the lights on the pace car are probably going to go off. And they're going to be in for a heck of a race. See, look at that. I'm so good. All right. As we go through turns 1 and 2, you can see the number 39 going to be on the outside. Got the Movember Chevrolet on the inside in row number 2 with the 55 of Jeffrey Belk on the outside. Then it's going to be Hallahan, Carl, bring up the 3rd row. 4th row is going to go to the 22 of Snellgrove and Ems. As we round turn number 4 here at Martinsville, we head towards the green flag. And there it is, go. Field races by. The 39 does not get the start I think he wanted, as that is going to allow Black to get the position still and try to run away with it as they head down the backstretch now, though. See, 39 was able to slot himself into that nice second place position. Belk trying to get around the outside of the 34. He's got a lot of wheel spin, though, not only on cold tires, but also just a struggle on the concrete asphalt mix he's been racing on. There he is. They're now all on the bottom on the concrete. Once again, that is the interesting thing about Martinsville, is that its banking is not only split in 2, but also that the bottom is concrete, the top's asphalt. One of the weird things about this track, that's for sure. Stephen Black continues to lead, though. He's got 2 Equipment Geek guys, though, right behind him, trying to chase him down to the best of their ability. They're closing up that gap any way they can. However, Black clearly has a lot of speed behind that 98 machine. An opportunity to get around is what the 55 and the 39 are looking for. Is it going to come? Stay tuned to find out. As the caution flies once again here at Martinsville for the Jim Hallahan 100 as the sun begins to set. Let's go ahead and take a look and see just what happened there. Looks like off of 4, slam into the wall for the 86. clips the bottom very close there for Wes Gallo and Michael Sparks. Looks like everyone's able to recover okay from that one. And that's what brought out your yellow. That Checkered Leopard LLC Chevrolet Camaro is definitely going to have to go into the pits for that one to get some repairs. That is going to be a heavy damage amount. Although, with how these guys have been driving, I don't know, he might be staying out. Stephen Black, though, still in the lead. Let's go ahead and bring up Stephen and see how he's doing. Steven's open the booth there, read me.
I got you, Noah.
How you been doing so far tonight? Clearly you've been, you know, on the run, trying to stay in front of the two Equipment Geek guys chasing behind you. It's been quite a strategy call.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping people would come in after I did. I know I was the only one. I kind of caught people off guard. I think I came down by myself, and then everyone else coming down the next lap put me in a really good spot, and I was able to get in the lead, which it's making a big difference.
For sure, but we all know that these other guys went down, even though it was a lap after you. I mean, they've been able to cut through the field, and now with these cautions, they're right behind you.
I'm not too concerned. I think the dirty air is too much of a factor right now. But we'll see. As long as I don't make any mistakes, I'm pretty confident.
Makes a lot of sense to me. You got a very fast race car here tonight, and you've been putting on a great show. Who do you have to thank for such a great race car?
Like I said, there's everyone. Cyclone, I know it's been a pretty rough race for those guys. I know Blake, I think he just fell out of the session, actually, so thoughts and prayers to him.
All right. Well, thank you much for your time, Steven. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
98 of Stephen Black. The black and green Chevrolet. He ran a Toyota last season, but he switched over with Cyclone to Chevrolet. See how they can do this time. They've been at a pretty good advantage, though, so far here in Martinsville. We've seen a lot of Chevrolets out front, although we've seen a very consistent performance there out of the Toyota's Equipment Geek. All right. Next time by is going to be a green flag drop here at the Jim Hallahan 100. Thank you to Schroeder Plumbing for giving us a fantastic racing season to watch. You can go find them over in southeast Wisconsin if you need some show house plumbing, commercial or residential plumbing done. Great guys to go to and great sponsors of the series. So we thank them very much and wish them all the best. Thank you to Tyler also for putting on this week's race. Here to celebrate his grandfather, his big hobby of racing, and the importance that it has to Tyler, his father, and all of us here over in CASCAR. Stephen Black leads the field to the green, though, as we round turn number 4. And green flag. Good start there out of everybody up there in the top. It looks like the 39 looking to maybe slide in on the bottom if possible. He's got a teammate, though, at 55 there. Not letting him go too easily, as we see Brandon is going to try to keep that position the best he can. Battle for third, it looks like there's going to be here taking place between Belk, Mundell, and Carl. Slamming the wall there for the 28 of Paul Ems as Stephen Black does his best to try to run away with this thing. He's got Brandon Fiedler right behind them, though. As I said, that dirty air is a huge factor. As, whoa, big wheel spin out of the exit of 2. And the yellow flag is out. Not entirely sure. We'll check back and see what brought down. Punt into the 86 for Jennings. Stays on the outside. This is what the system told me that the yellow flag was for. Because he punted Jennings? I see. Jennings is around and he stopped. And it looks like he was blinking a lot. So Jennings around is what brought it down. Okay. Alright. Good to know. Good to know. Well, as we jump up back into real time. going to be a tense start for a lot of these guys. I imagine we're going to have about 15 to go when we next go green. Like I've said before, if there's someone you want me to interview out in the chat, let me know. I'd love to bring them up and see how they're doing. 16 cars still in the field. Cluccio being the only one out after some unfortunate incidents he was involved in. You can see the 39 and the 55 have been up here, really trying to give Steven a run for his money. This is going to be the next big start to watch, though, as we've seen. The starts are the biggest passing times due to the conditions that Steven's talking about with the dirty air. This guy let us stop there. Looks like there might have been a flag issue or something. Gotta give a big thank you to Sim Racer Hub, though, for giving us the point standings that we do here in the CASCAR Short Diplomating Cup Series. Find out more information on them soon over at the website at www.cascar.net. That'll be up shortly, and you can find out more about them also in the Discord, which you can join in from the same website link. It'd be great to see you over there, and make sure you go in and join in the We Designs Truck Series. It'd be great to see you, and hopefully you can also come back soon for the next season of CASCAR. Black, Fiedler, Belk, and Carl. Their top four. All the ones to watch. Mundell, and it looks like M's are going to be... yes. M's gets the inside there, so that's going to be Paul M's in 5th. So lights on the iRacing.com pace car are off. We head down the backstretch. With the pace car off now as we round turn 3. Now 4. Edge your seed, wait for it. We're going to be going on 185. Okay, early to say that green flag. Great start for Brandon Fiedler. He's got a fantastic one going, although Black has that bottom. It's very close between the two now as they go off of the exit of 2. Very close for the both of them. Black still has that bottom line. He's still got the faster one. He just can't get around quite yet, though. We see the 39 sticking around to the outside. Cast the slot back in. Nothing he can do about it. Keep in mind, this is short track racing. I'm expecting to see some interesting things as we continue to roll forward, though. Is now down the backstretch. The 98 goes, leading the field still. He's got this thing very well under control. He said the dirty air is a big factor. We've seen it before, not allowing these guys to get through. He's just got to make sure he makes no mistakes, as he's definitely got 2 bright red Camrys filling up his rearview mirror. Smooth acceleration, though, is going to be the key determiner of this entire event. Is Tyler Hallahan leads up the second pack there, in 6th position ahead of Mundell, Fradian, and looks like Snellgrove there too. Rob Carl chasing right now, and Jeffrey Belk with Paul M's not too far behind in tow. As we head now into lap 199. Nope, not 199, 189. There we go, 189. Let's go and watch this from Jeffrey Belk's perspective. I'm curious to see what he sees. What that front windshield is. You can hear the acceleration they have to use, where the braking points are, and just everything they have to do to try to do their best to move forward. Managing the wheel spin and slides that you get off of the exit of the turns is another big one too. That's some of the biggest things that come with a long green flag run that become a struggle, but these guys have been, they're on fresher tires still, so I don't expect to have too many issues with that coming up for the next few guys. Still, less than, 10 to go this time. As soon as we cross the line, it'll be 9. Rob Carl leads up in 4th position under the lights at Martinsville. Brandon Fiedler in 2nd. Brandon won over at Michigan. surprise finish. That was a great race to watch. You can watch the VOD here on twitch.tv/4cloak in the videos section. Great finish for him. Very intense finish for actually the entire field, so great watch. And Stephen Black still has the lead here. I know Brandon said he wanted to win this thing earlier on. We've seen a lot of pace from him so far. He's right there on the back of him. He gives him a bit of a tap. Belk there now going to be looking to see if he can get through on the bottom of his teammate. He lets him have it, though. Don't want to slow up your teammate because that's just going to allow the leader to get away faster. Slide there out of the 55. 6 to go this time. .195 of 200, half-mile short track for the Jim Hallahan 100. I think with the actual length of Martinsville, it makes it like the 104, the 105 or something like that, but don't worry about it. As Stephen Black continues to lead here, he's done so for a majority of this race. However, he's got 2 Equipment Geek drivers right behind him who want to get this race win, desperate for it even, to make up some points and not let Stephen just run away with this thing and get a Martinsville sweep between yesterday and today. What can they do? Across the line, it's going to be 4 to go. The 98 still has the lead. We can see some differing lines there that they're trying to use as the pressure is getting to these drivers. Jeffrey Belk starting to fall a little bit further behind now. Rob Carl starting to gain just because that pressure is just all right there. Wheel spin, you got to manage it. You don't want to stop too much. It just makes your life that much more difficult. Brandon Fiedler, though, closing up that gap between himself and the 98. Bit of a slide there throughout the exit of 2. He's got to hold on to it with only 2 laps to go this time. All right, this is it. Across the line, 2 laps to go. 98 of Stephen Black has led a majority of these laps. He's got Brandon Fiedler, though, right on his tail. As we see the 98 going around turn 3 and 4. Here it is. He leaves turn number 4 and white flag here at the Jim Hallahan 100 at Martinsville. If there's a time to make a move, it's now, Brandon. Take your shot. Stephen Black continues to lead. Let's see the dive bomb if he's going to make one. He looks maybe to do it. Nope, not at all. Oh, he slams it to the rear of him. Black holds on to it, though there's nothing he can do. Stephen Black comes across the start-finish line and wins here at Martinsville. He gets the Martinsville sweep of the Truck Series and the Cup Series. Brandon Fiedler takes home a second-place position. Jeffrey Belk in third. And Rob Carl finishes fourth. All ends rounding out your top 5. What a finish we got to see there. As he comes down to do his well-deserved burnouts there. Here at the checkered flag with the Jim Hallahan 100. Tyler obviously down there as well. I think he's trying to do a burnout of the entire place. See if he can do it before his engine blows. I don't think he can. Also, that doesn't seem too much like a burnout anymore, more like just maxing out the engine. Great finish, though, for Black. Very impressive run he was able to have. Strategy at the end just worked out absolutely perfect for him. He was able to secure himself a race win. And his first start back here with the Cup Series. Honestly, a great run that he was able to have there for the 98 team. And, oh goodness. And what a race it was, though, for here in the CASCAR, the Shorter Pullman Cup Series, the Jim Hallahan 100. I'm sure that Tyler is pretty happy with how that went. Got himself a 8th place finish, top 10. But, yeah, I mean, just a race we've had, for sure. A lot of cautions, but that's to be expected here at a short track like this. So, with that, let's go and bring up your 3rd place finisher of Jeffrey Belk and see how his run went today. Jefferson, open the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, you just got yourself a third place finish here at Martinsville. I mean, that's a pretty good feat to accomplish.
Yeah, not usually that great. I can usually run well in the long run here, but short runs I'm usually struggling. So pretty dang good to finish third.
Absolutely. I mean, just short tracks in general are always, some of those tracks that are very hit or miss for a lot of people. And, if they're one of your more of a miss ones, unless it's a long run, and, obviously we hit a fair number of cautions here. A nice podium finish is good, not only for your points, but for the team in general.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll put us above Great White North, at least in the team point standings. And hopefully we'll be ahead of Rob here and for sure be in the lead for the overall.
I mean, you guys are definitely having a tight championship battle, not only between the teams, but also the drivers. I mean, that's honestly like really awesome to see.
Yeah, it's always good fun racing. Everyone's real competitive. They try to stay as clean as possible. And of course, short tracks like this, you're going to have your incidents, but for the most part, hard racing but clean.
Absolutely, but you did a great job here tonight, able to get yourself a podium finish for the 55 team, and I know that Equipment Geek will be nice and happy with that one. Who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight?
As always, 4 O'Clock Media, the NASCAR Geek. We designed Equipment Geek, Helmet Stalker, Sports Star, boys back at the shop. All my teammates, can't do it without them. As always, you for broadcasting each and every week, and everyone out there for tuning in.
All right, well, thank you much for your time, Jeff. I do appreciate it, and congratulations on the third place finish.
Thank you very much.
Number 55 of Jeffrey Belk. Let's go ahead and bring up your second place finisher of Brandon Fiedler. Brandon, it's open the booth. You read me.
Yeah, what's up, Noah?
Well, the time I talked to you previously, you were pretty far out front, and then you ended up getting sent basically to the rear. You've recovered yourself all the way up to second position, almost able to take the lead on the last lap. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. That was a lot of fun. I knew what limits I could push, or how far I could push the limits, and I tried doing everything I could to get by Steve. I messed up one corner, and that got him a little far away from me, and basically to the point where I just had to do what I attempted to do the last corner, was just move him out of the way. But congrats to Steve, man. He deserves that. Deserves that one. He raced a great race tonight.
Absolutely, but don't count yourself out, though. Able to recover from very far down the field after an unfortunate incident all the way back out to the front. Not only a podium finish, but second place nonetheless. A great points haul for you as well, figuring as you're able to win Michigan, too.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm racing for right now. It's just I don't need to race for points anymore. Bonus points, or if we have points for playoff points. But that's really the only thing I'm racing for at this point. Other than that, it's just wins. But it's great to come home second. I actually do really enjoy this track. I hope that came across today. But yeah, I'm glad it was a great points day for not only us, but for all of EG, with everybody finishing inside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a great run to have. I mean, Cody finishing there in 10th, and that's just great for you guys in general. I mean, I know that you guys work together a lot to put together a really good performance, and I think it shows, especially when tracks like this come up.
Oh, for sure. And it's always a shame because we do run practice sessions, as you know, and it's unfortunate that Cody can't make some of these. So it's always nice to see when us interacting with him and him getting the results that he deserves, because he does a very good job at driving the race car.
Absolutely. Well, who do you have to thank for such a great race car here tonight, Brandon?
Tonight is thanks to you. I tried getting this thing back into Victory Lane to replicate your first win as a sponsor here. But I came up a little short. But thank you for being on the car. I'd like to thank 921 Mold DJ, Shredder Plumbing, my family, any of my friends that are watching. Thanks to my wife for letting me do this whenever we get the chance to. This season's just going fantastic for me right now. I couldn't be in a better place.
That's honestly great to hear, Brandon, and I hope we can wish you some further luck going forward and get to speak to you in hopefully Victory Lane again soon.
Yeah, that'd be very nice. That'd be really nice.
That is the number 39 of Brandon Fiedler, able to secure himself a second place finish here at the Jim Hallahan 100. And finally, let's bring up your race winner, Stephen Black. Stephen, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
I got you now. How's it going?
Well, you got yourself the race win after a long, grueling event. You finally got it, and what a finish that was too. Brandon tried everything he could right there at the end to try to get it from you.
Yeah, he did. I got tight going into 3 and coming out of 4, and I was trying not to give him very much room on the bottom, and he did what he had to do. Like I said, it was really hard to pass here tonight, so completely understandable. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy with the win and the weekend sweep.
Yeah, I mean that was a weekend sweep. That's almost unheard of here in CASCAR, figuring as the Truck Series started this season. But I mean, a great run was required for both, and you finally did yourself a good favor. And what, your first start back here for the Cup Series too?
Yeah, first start back feels good to get a dub, and hopefully we make some more races and compete for more wins.
Yeah, I mean for sure. It's good to have you back. You were able to secure last season's championship. Are you going to go for the championship again this season?
Probably not. I think I've already missed too many races as it is, and um, I kind of just want to run for fun. So
That makes a lot of sense to me. But Martinsville is definitely a good race to come back and do a great job at. And I'm sure that everyone out there has appreciated your great performance here tonight. Who do you have to thank for being on the car?
um, Tracy Umber Fishing. He's been a longtime friend of my family. He runs fishing tours and whatnot, in Northwest Alabama and Mississippi and pretty much everywhere, actually. And my dad's uh, farm for being on the car as well, in my YouTube channel and whatnot.
All right. Well, thank you much for your time, Steven. I do appreciate it, and congratulations on the race win.
Thank you.
98 is Stephen Black, able to secure himself a fantastic race win here tonight at the Jim Hallahan 100. A very impressive show out of him, and a great one at that. Well, let's go ahead and see. We do have Tyler. Let's go ahead and bring him up in just a moment. I like to give these guys a little bit of a mute before I bring them up, especially when they're in a big group chat. So let's go and bring up Tyler. Let's see what he's doing. Tyler, how are you?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Well, you got yourself an 8th place finish here at the Jim Hallahan 100, top 10, and you kept it with a pretty clean car.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. I'm happy with the top 10, and well, I think 8th is actually my average finish, I think, like every season. So I'll definitely take that, especially after starting 13th and how eventful the race was. I didn't have the speed I wanted at the end there, the last 30 laps.
I think a lot of people can agree with you on that one. It was a very tough end of the race. The cars were all starting to plow, and it was definitely a rough one to do. But you did a great job able to bring yourself to a great 8th place finish, and put on a great event for your grandfather there.
Thank you very much. Just proud of everybody, and thanks to all the drivers for coming out and putting on a good show, and congrats to Steve on the win. He's one of the fastest guys in this league, and he's going to be one to beat all season.
Absolutely. Well, you helped us put on a great race here tonight, Tyler, and we want to thank you for that. And it's great to honor your family's memory, especially if you know someone that's close to you, and for racing as well. It all means something to us, and we all hope it means something to you.
Oh, yes, for sure. Thank you very much, and thanks for doing the broadcast for us and broadcasting the Jim Hallahan 100 here tonight. It means a lot to me and my family and everybody who was involved.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get to speak to you again next week, Tyler, and until then, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Number 88 of Tyler Hallahan, able to finish in 8th position. Great run here tonight here at the Jim Hallahan 100 out of all these guys. Stephen Black able to secure that fantastic race win with Brandon Fiedler, Jeffrey Belk rounding out your top 3. And then your top 5 goes to Rob Carl and Paul Ems as well. Freddie Ann just finished his outside top 5 and 6. Kyle Mundell finishes 7th. Hallahan, as I said, in 8th. Snowgrove finishes 9th. Snyder in 10th. It's a season high for him. Nice for you, Cody. 11th goes to Wes Gallo. 12th, Mark LaPierre. 13th goes to Michael Jennings. 14th, Sylvan Seguin. 15th goes to Michael Sparks. 16th goes to Blake Hensley. And lastly, bring up the field is going to be Patrick Coluccio, who wrecked out of the race, unfortunately. Well, with that, I have been Noah Walter here on Twitch.tv. Try that again. I'm Noah Walter here on Twitch.tv/4Cloak. You've joined me live here at the Jim Hallahan 100. Thank you once again to the Sim Racer Hub for giving us our points for the season. Go ahead and make sure you check out the website soon for more information on that. Also, make sure you check out Pierce Graphics, who puts together our fantastic overlays for us. And thank you to Shorter Plumbing out in southeast Wisconsin for giving us our fantastic Cup Series that we're able to go and attend and put on a great show for the fans out there. With that, that's going to be the end. Make sure you go ahead and tune in, I believe, 2 weeks from now, next week. Check the schedule. It'll be on there. College has got me busy, I'm sorry. But you can also tune in this Tuesday to watch the Tuesday Night Trucks at Richmond. So with that, I'll see y'all next time, and have a good one.